Many people have made good fortune when it comes to crypto airdrops. Now, I know people who farmed Arbitrum and made over 10,000 US dollars. Yes, you heard me right. I know people who farmed Jupiter and made at least 5 to 10,000 US dollars also farming Jupiter. And these are just two of the several and many airdrops that have come and gone. Now, in today's video, I will be covering your beginner's guide. If you're a beginner in crypto, this is going to be one of the best beginner's guide videos that is going to walk you through what is an airdrop, how do you get an airdrop, and then the various types of airdrops that are available. At the end of this video, I want to give you so much value that will help you to decide on which of these types of airdrops that are most suitable for you. Some requires investment, some are absolutely free, some will take more of your time, and some require you to perform activities. Some you can simply download apps and start farming or start mining these airdrops. All these different types of airdrops will be covered in today's beginner's guide. And if you are beginning in your crypto journey, this is one of the best videos that you should watch. Of course, if you are already in crypto space, I would also be giving some tidbits and some advice along the way, some nuggets that I picked up after years of farming various airdrops and things you can actually add on to your journey that will help you to be a better airdrop farmer. Stay tuned completely and let's go all in. So we begin by first discussing or talking about what are airdrops. So airdrops are free crypto tokens that crypto projects gives out to their community members for being a loyal person in the community or by performing various tasks. Now, I need you to understand as a beginner that crypto is very much about the community. Without a community, your crypto project is worth nothing. It is when communities grow that VCs and funding organizations actually pump money into crypto projects. And so you will find out that projects that have a huge community have turned out to be a big success. So you cannot take community away from crypto. Now, this farming airdrops is one of the best ways where communities get rewarded by being loyal to a particular crypto project. And so airdrops are legit. They can be free. Some of them requires investment, but it is one of the best ways of actually building your capital in crypto. So we call it the snowballing effect, whereby you can start with something very free, get a little bit of money, roll it into another airdrop, and before you know, you are going to have a big capital for from airdrops for your crypto strategy and for building wealth in crypto. Now, there are many strategies and there are many types of airdrops. Now, before you start, you have to understand that farming airdrops doesn't come without risk. Some of the risk associated with farming airdrop, it could be that your wallet could be compromised. So you may have a wallet that you are using in farming your airdrop. And these wallets, once you use it to connect to various dApps and various projects, these airdrops may be exposed. And so you want to be careful as to which projects that you are connecting your wallet into. Because if you end up connecting your wallet into a phishing website, then you might end up losing your crypto or compromising your wallet. Another risk that's associated with farming airdrop is the time. Sometimes you follow a project, do everything, and you still end up not qualifying, or the project goes bust, or there's no funding, or the project developers simply decide not to give an airdrop. And so these are some of the associated risks when it comes to farming airdrop. There are no guarantees when it comes to airdrop. So before you start farming an airdrop, you want to be sure that at least there is funding, this airdrop has been confirmed, they have a good team, the project makes sense, the project has gone or been developed up to a certain level. There's a community behind it. So these are some of the things that you can do to better prepare and of course, fish out airdrops that are most viable. The more money that a particular project raises, the more or the higher the chances of you getting an airdrop. An example was Wormhole. Wormhole raised over 200 million US dollars and eventually ended up being a big airdrop. Same for Arbitrum, same for Jupiter, and so many other projects. Another project that is upcoming that has a big airdrop is Linear. So projects that have good use case, and Linear is being built in by consensus. This is the same project, the same group behind MetaMask wallet. And so projects that have huge use cases, good funding, always end up being a big airdrop when it comes to that. Now let's go into the various types of airdrop. And for you as a beginner in your crypto journey, you want to look and watch the various types of airdrops available so that at the end of the day, you are able to decide on which of the airdrops that is most suitable for you based on your time, based on your resources, and all that. The first group of airdrops that we want to talk about are called testnet airdrops. An example is Bearer Chain. Now, a testnet airdrop is a project that is being tested or it's in its testing phases. So when a blockchain is first built or developed, the project need testers or people to try and test the blockchain. Now, testnet airdrops testnet mimics the mainnet. So before an airdrop goes live and is on chain, it first goes through the testing, which is called the testnet. During the testnet phase, everything you see there is mimicking what the mainnet is going to be and the use cases there. Now, during the testnet phase, the project owners want to stress test the platform to ensure there are no there are no bugs to it, and ensure that the project is safe and is stable. And so an example of this testnet airdrop is Berachain. Testnet airdrops cost absolutely nothing, but because it also costs absolutely nothing, you tend to have a lot of traffic and a lot of people farming these airdrops. And so it's going to be the airdrop that will take most of your time because you will need to spend more time pumping a lot of transactions, doing swaps, doing various activities on the platform to be able to actually qualify for the airdrop. So an example is Bearer Chain, where Bearer Chain, you come to claim some faucet tokens. Faucet tokens are tokens that are just imaginary tokens and have no monetary value. After claiming the faucet tokens, you can come to any of these dApps and simply perform various transactions where you go to the BEX and then you can connect your wallet and perform swaps, add some liquidity and all that into this protocol. Another example of a testnet airdrop is Morph. Another example of another testnet airdrop is also Zot, where you actually also perform transactions on Bearer Chain, connect your wallet and perform transactions, and then you get points for doing so. So testnet airdrops can be time consuming. It can also be rewarding. We recently did the testnet airdrop on DOP, and we got rewarded with some nice tokens from that very airdrop. So testnet airdrops are free. It will take more of your time. Of course, it also has the exposure of it exposing your wallet, but it is definitely something that is worth doing because it costs zero. You're likely to make some money from it, even though not so much because of the more people who will be farming these kind of airdrops when it comes to testnet airdrops. The next category of airdrops is when it comes to performing various tasks. So there are a couple of platforms like Zilli, Galaxy, where you perform various tasks and then you get rewarded in points or in airdrops. So a particular ongoing Zilli task is Redstone. So if you go here in Redstone, they have made an announcement that once a day, you just come in here and you greet good morning or good night. Once you do that, you can simply take a screenshot of your screen or your Discord. And then by doing so, you go back on Zilli and then you simply upload the screenshot of the image that you just took when you said good morning. You do so, and then you are going to claim some XP points. They have an ongoing campaign and they are going to reward people for that. So this is just an example of other platforms where you simply complete various tasks and you get rewarded. These ones also tend to be time consuming because of the sheer number of people that are getting involved. And so you don't expect to make so much money when it comes to these very category of airdrop farming. The next category of airdrops are called crypto mining apps and also Telegram mining bots. Now, I put these two categories together. They are crypto mining apps that you have to download, install, and mine them every 24 hours. Some of them requires you to come back to the app and click a few times within the day. Example of such crypto mining apps that we have covered previously here on this channel are Veda, uh, Veda. We also have Gate GameFi and a few other airdrops that we have already covered on this channel. Apps like Avive, apps like AZ Coiner. We have covered all these airdrops in the past, and all these airdrops require you to simply install the app and come back every 24 hours to hit the start button, and you mine these projects for free. Another category of airdrop linked to crypto mining apps are what we call the Telegram mining bots. So you can see here that there are quite a number of them. MemeFi is one of them. YesCoin, Chain Game, Dotcoin, SimpleCoin, Blam, CEX, and so many other ones that are out there now. All these ones are integrated into your Telegram app that requires you to click and then start mining them immediately. And so these ones are quite new and requires you to simply come back to it. They work on mobile, they don't work on desktop. And so if you do have time, because these ones are quite time consuming, especially projects like MemeFi, quite time consuming because they require you to constantly come back to these apps and click, click, click. Again, I'm sharing all this with you so that you will be able to decide what is best for you based on your lifestyle, the amount of time you have, and the amount of resources you have. And so if you have time, then definitely go after this because these airdrops can be profitable. I know a lot of people who mined Notcoin made a few hundreds of dollars, and these were very, very profitable. And so don't forget that these crypto mining apps can also be very good when it comes to airdrop crypto farming. Another category of airdrop are called notes, or you get crypto airdrops through buying notes. Now, I must say that this category of airdrop farming requires you to put in an investment. And so this is really these ones are mostly underfarmed and can also end up being quite profitable. An example of such a node was Xi. I purchased a Xi node and it has already paid off in double folds already. And I still have a lot of money still going to be cash out from Xi. So buying notes requires you to put in an investment. And for most crypto projects that are getting started, they sell notes, and notes helps those who would rewards those who buy the notes with free crypto rewards for those who buy the notes. Yes, buying a node can sometimes be a little bit technical, especially running the node and all that. And so this is not for beginners because of the technicalities involved in getting your node, running your node, getting a VPS and all that. It can be quite overwhelming and time consuming, especially if you cannot run a node 24/7 and then you have to buy a VPS and run it and all that. And so buying a node definitely is also another way of farming airdrops, but it definitely is a little bit more technical and also requires an investment. The other category of airdrop that requires you will require you to put or provide liquidity. And so there are many airdrops out there, airdrops like EtherFi, airdrops like Renzo, KelpDAO, airdrops like Pendle, all that requires you Kinza requires you to put in some liquidity into these platforms. So understand that once a project is launched and it goes on chain, it's all about liquidity. Their ability to pull a lot of liquidity indicates the value and worth of a particular project. And so once these projects go online, goes on chain, they reward early providers of liquidity. So we have seen projects that have rewarded people for doing bridging their asset across that platform. An example is the bridge. We've seen platforms that have rewarded people for doing swaps. An example is Jupiter. We've seen platforms like EtherFi that have rewarded people for providing liquidity and holding their assets on these on EtherFi. And so this particular category of airdrops requires you to put in an investment. And so it depends on how much money you have. But this can also be very lucrative because of the fact that you need to provide liquidity. Sometimes very few people farm these airdrops. It depends on how much money you have, and it depends on the trust you have in this project. Of course, the downside and the risk that comes with this is, of course, your capital being exposed and interacting with these smart contracts. If something happens and then the wallet or the smart contract is drained, definitely you will be affected. And so this type of airdrop requires investment. It requires very, very little time because sometimes all that you have to do is to provide the liquidity and go to sleep and come back after a few months or weeks to come claim your airdrop and cash out. So because it doesn't take a lot of your time and requires investment, sometimes not many people farm this, and it can also end up being quite lucrative. So what I have basically done for you is walk you through all the various types or many airdrops types available. And so you may want to check and see your resource, your time to be able to decide what is best for you. Now, a few strategies and guidance tips that I'll give you is that in farming this airdrop, ensure that you don't use your main wallet for farming these airdrops. You use another or a secondary wallet for farming and interacting with all these airdrops. And immediately you get an airdrop. If you decide not to sell it, then quickly move it off your wallet that you have been using onto another wallet where you can hold on to it for much longer if you decide to hold on to those assets. So it is absolutely important. Of course, start early when you hear these airdrops. Do good research. Join crypto community so that you get the best of information. Also follow people on Twitter to get up-to-date information on various projects, doing your own research, reading the white paper, coming back to Discord, going back to their Telegram channel at least once a week to read and follow what is happening in these projects are sometimes the key things you need between those who make it or make good fortune in airdrops and those who don't make it at all. So when you are farming an airdrop, ensure that you also make some time to actually follow the project and learn more about their roadmap, activities to be done, and opportunities to actually make much more of the token as well. Start early as always and ensure that you have done good research before jumping into projects. So I hope you found value in this video. This has been a beginner's guide on starting your airdrop journey, and there's so much information out there. And so if you found value in this, then definitely subscribe to the channel for more updates and more content of similar nature. And of course, give this video a like if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.